Now, I don't know if you've heard about this before, but mobile companies here have deals that can enable you to acquire a free smartphone of your choice as long as it's one of their offers. So what is the best SIM card for international students here in Canada? In this video, we're going to take a look at the major networks in Canada and assess them based on the network coverage and the mobile plans that they offer, because we see that these are the two factors that mostly impact the fee that you'll need to pay on a monthly basis for any SIM card you pick or choose. You should know that whichever SIM card you choose will use either of these two mobile plans. One is postpaid and second is prepaid. Now, just as the name suggests, with prepaid plans, you're going to pay for the services in advance, meaning that you're going to top up your account using scratch cards. With the postpaid plans, you pay for the selected services after a specified period of time, usually 30 days. You receive a bill in your email from whichever company you've chosen to go with, and then you get to pay automatically online using your credit card or your debit card. By speaking to one of the people who helped me activate my SIM card, I found out that unless you're an exchange student that can get whatever plan they want, the best plans for international students are the postpaid plans. This is because those plans allow you to build credit, which is important for you who plans to settle here in Canada. Good credit is important simply because it shows that you pay your bills on time, and therefore makes it easier for you to borrow money in case you want to buy a house or a car in the future, because it shows that you are trustworthy in terms of paying your debts. Postpaid plans also have better coverage, faster network, and more data than prepaid plans. This could be due to the fact that most prepaid plans are known to operate on a 3G network, whereas the postpaid plans operate on either 4G or 5G network. So what are the available mobile networks to choose from? We're going to break them down into three categories. First, the premium category. There are three networks in this category, and these are the largest networks in Canada. These are Bell, Rogers, and Telus. Now, Bell and Telus tend to share the same cell phone towers and therefore tend to be similar in a couple of ways. One is that both their coverages reach every province and every urban area in the country, amounting to about 99% of the population. Bell has the largest 4G network in the country, but compared to Telus's mobility network, it's a little slower, and therefore Telus is considered to be more reliable. The best way to look at mobility network is basically how easily accessible is that mobile network when you move to different places. The second similarity is that they both cover about 28.8% of Canada by area, and that is about 10% more than Rogers. The main difference between Telus and Bell is that Bell does not offer any national or domestic roaming options, but it offers several international roaming options. Telus, on the other hand, offers some domestic roaming options. The Rogers network, which is the third of the three premium networks in Canada, covers less than 20% of Canada by area, but reaches about 97% of the population due to its strategic placement in major urban areas. The biggest weak point for Rogers is that it has a limited coverage in comparison to its competitors, because it doesn't reach the less densely populated areas of Canada. Now, when it comes to roaming, Rogers, like Bell, mostly offers international roaming options. Now let's take a look at the second category of the available networks. Each of the three premium brands has a few sister networks that offer more affordable payment plans for people that are either in school, students, or workers who cannot afford to spend large amounts of money on mobile expenses per month. Bell has Virgin Mobile, Lucky Mobile, and PC Mobile. Telus has Kudo and Public Mobile, whereas Rogers has Fido, Charter, and Cityphone. These sister networks give you similar vast coverage for lower prices in comparison to the premium brands, because they use the premium brands' extensive networks to connect. In the third category of brands, we have the much smaller local networks that tend to do best in particular provinces. But in terms of coverage, the farther away you move from the place that they have the best connection, the more poorly your network is going to perform. Examples of these networks are Sasktel and Videotron. Now there's one mobile network I wasn't sure where it fit. This is the Freedom Mobile Network. This is the fourth largest mobile network in Canada, but it has a very limited service range in comparison to its competitors. By competitors, I mean the top 3 premium brands. It is accessible to nearly 30% of the Canadian population, but covers less than 1% of Canada by area. It's also known to be very cost effective. If you want to read more on the coverage of the networks I've mentioned, go ahead and click the link in my description that will take you to an article that covers that. Now let's talk about the costs. For the premium networks, you should expect to spend between $90 and $150 per month. However, over an extended period of time, as a student, that will seem very costly, or rather that will get very costly, because if I'm working a total of 20 hours per week, how can I finance that kind of monthly expense? Mostly when you're putting it along with everything else I might have to take care of in my life, the costs of life, basically. I would say that the fairest deal you can get as a student, as anyone really, is about 8 to 10 GB for about $40 to $65. That should be the fairest and the best deal you can get with the different networks available here in Canada. So what is the best network for students? My 2 cents are steer clear of the premium category, at least when you first get here. First, get your footing right before you decide to invest, or rather make such an investment. During my research, I found information that was advising students to go for the much cheaper options, or the cheapest options in that case, which are Freedom and Chattel. However, when I was talking to the guy who helped me activate my own SIM card, I was advised differently. Apparently, the best SIM card for international students that plan to get one on arrival here in Canada is Fido. And this is because it's the only network that allows you to get a postpaid plan with your study permit and your passport. Personally, I use Fido, and to be honest, I have no problem with it. Of course, generally, because of where I'm from, that is Uganda, Kenya, East Africa, basically, you're going to find that the charges are going to seem ridiculous when you get here. Mostly because we're not used to spending that amount of money. But in comparison to the way things are here, Fido is really a good deal. For all the other networks, you require a Canadian credit card, a BCID, a driver's license, and or a SIN number, which you probably won't have as soon as you get out of quarantine. Now that you know the documents you need, i.e. the study permit and the passport, I must mention that carrying your student ID along might help you access certain student discounts, which many of these networks tend to have, mostly the sister networks to the premium brands, which will also help you save some money. What you should consider when getting a mobile plan honestly depends on you as an individual. The 3 main aspects that you will take a look at are texts, calls, and data. Depending on how you use any of these 3 aspects, you'll choose a different plan. So the best way to get guidance on this is to talk to the person who's helping you acquire and activate your SIM card. Speaking of SIM card acquisition and activation, let's talk about places where you can get your SIM card. The first places you should consider looking are the 3 largest convenience stores in Canada. These are Walmart, Superstore, and Costco. The second best options to check out are any big malls in the area you're living. These mobile networks tend to have shops and carts set up in these places. The third best options to consider are Best Buy and The Source, which are both electronics retail companies. I hope I have answered any essential questions regarding SIM card acquisition and activation in this video. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section and I'll get back to you about that. Now, I don't know if you've heard about this before, but mobile companies here have deals that can enable you to acquire a free smartphone of your choice as long as it's one of their offers. I'll be covering that in the next video, so be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified when I upload that video midweek. Until then, peace.